Program Director Kgosi Namitwa, members of the Traditional Council, and honored guests. I regret that it is not possible to be with you in person. Today, as the Women's Month approaches the end, you record yet another milestone in the life of our young democracy. The book you launch, which is aptly titled The Rock That Never Cracked, stands as confirmation of the words of the freedom fighter and the first president of Mozambique, Mr. Samora Machel, who once said, and I quote, "The emancipation of women is not an act of charity or the result of humanitarian or compassionate attitude. The liberation of women is a fundamental necessity of the revolution, the guarantee of its continuity, and the precondition of its victory." It records the contribution of many stalwarts of our liberation struggle, including Tata Makshope, whom Kgosi Fofoza, the father of Kgosi Namitwa, had a very strong bond of friendship. Of mutual attraction to the two was the communal nature of African life and the spirit of Ubuntu. I am because you are, which Comrade Makshope understood to be more communist in orientation. This story also documents the heroic acts of thousands of African women leaders like Manana Harima Musa, Manana Lillian Ngoyi, Manana Helen Joseph, Manana Sophie Williams, amongst others, all of whom inspired the 1956 Women's March and Kgosi Namitwa. It is also the story of ordinary South African women who faced the daily struggles against patriarchy and apartheid. The book recalls the words of Eric Walker when referring to the Women's March, that many of the African women wore traditional dresses, others were the Congress colors, Indian women were clothed in white saris, many women had babies on their backs, and some domestic workers brought their white employers' children along with them. Close quote. The story of Kgosi Namitwa, who also led in Parliament, illustrates the daily battles and obstacles that women, especially in traditional settings, must conquer just to secure their dignity and what is rightfully theirs. Her story is also a ray of sunshine which confirms that with women at the helm, a better world is within reach. Indeed, her dreams were etched in gold, and her life story is confirmation that each and every one of us in their corners can transform an entire society. Her story stands as a witness that despite conservative traditional elements in our communities, our customary law does evolve and continuously adapts to the changing times. The book also opens a window to the soul of one of Africa's most caring and loving leaders. The painful and personal losses she has experienced, first with the loss of her parents, then her husband and son, are experiences which would have disarmed many a strong leader. Despite these tragedies, she emerges with resolve and humility in the service of not only the Balois, but South Africans and Africa. It is our considered view that this volume should be mandatory reading for all young men and women. It will shape our new South Africa and contribute to shaping the Africa we want. It is testimony to the 1948 UN Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which recognizes that all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights, and that everyone is entitled to all the rights and freedoms without distinction of any kind, such as race, color, or sex. Kgosi Namitwa, I wish you the best in this launch and look forward to your continued leadership and guidance. Your story, my sister, will inspire today and tomorrow's leaders to be brave, hardworking, and above all, to be kinder and more loving as they stand for what they believe in. Thank you for this story, which will also contribute to transforming our world into a more caring and feminine world. Malibongwe.